October 7, 2023, became the darkest day in Israel's history, a day that would forever change the nation's sense of security and unity. In the early morning hours, Hamas militants launched a coordinated and devastating surprise attack from Gaza, striking multiple locations by land, sea, and air. The assault caught communities off guard, shattering the calm of a typical Saturday. Over 1,200 people lost their lives, civilians, festival-goers, and soldiers alike. Emergency responders rushed to scenes of chaos, working tirelessly to save lives amid overwhelming tragedy. The violence raged for hours as militants moved through peaceful towns and kibbutzim, leaving devastation, heartbreak, and destruction in their wake. Around 250 people were taken hostage, including children and the elderly, adding a painful and ongoing layer to the tragedy that continues to haunt families. The Nova Music Festival massacre became a symbol of lost innocence, as survivors recounted harrowing escapes and the terror they endured that morning. Southern communities were left shattered, homes burned, families displaced, and a once-cherished sense of safety destroyed in an instant. The scars, both physical and emotional, remain visible 2 years later. Survivors continue to grapple with trauma, and the wounds of that day have yet to fully heal. For survivors and families, the trauma shapes daily life and the future, as they seek comfort and strength in one another and in their communities. This anniversary is a day of collective mourning and reflection, a time to honor the memory of those lost, support the survivors, and reaffirm a commitment to resilience and unity. Across Israel, the second anniversary is marked by both private grief and public remembrance. The entire country pauses to reflect on the events that changed so many lives, as families and communities come together to honor those lost and those still missing. In the southern kibbutzim, intimate ceremonies honor lost neighbors and friends. These gatherings are deeply personal, with candles lit and names read aloud, as survivors and loved ones share memories and comfort each other in their shared sorrow. In Tel Aviv, a major rally calls for the release of remaining hostages, blending mourning with activism. The city's main squares fill with people holding signs, chanting for justice and demanding answers, turning grief into a powerful demand for change. Survivors and families gather at memorials, sharing stories and demanding action. These moments of remembrance are also moments of solidarity, as communities support one another and vow not to let the memories of the victims fade. The official state ceremony at Mount Herzl will follow the Jewish holiday, underscoring the attack's impact on national identity. Leaders, citizens, and families stand together, reflecting on the tragedy's lasting effects and the resilience of the nation. Posters of hostages still line streets and windows, a constant reminder of those still missing. These images are everywhere, keeping hope alive and urging the country not to forget those who have yet to return home. These commemorations unite the country in grief and determination. Across generations and backgrounds, people come together, finding strength in their shared experience and a renewed sense of national purpose. The day is not just about memory, it's a call to bring the hostages home and end the conflict. It's a moment to demand peace, justice, and a future where such tragedies never happen again. The nation's pain is visible, but so is its resolve. Through remembrance and action, Israel stands united, determined to heal and to move forward together. The fate of the hostages remains a deeply personal and national tragedy for Israel, touching every corner of society. Their absence is felt in the daily lives of families and communities, and remains at the heart of Israel's anguish. 2 years on, many are still held in Gaza, their families relentless in their campaign for their return, refusing to let their loved ones be forgotten. "Bring them home now" echoes across rallies, city streets, and social media, uniting people from all walks of life in a common plea. New negotiations in Egypt offer a glimmer of hope, talks that could lead to a historic deal, exchanging all hostages for Palestinian prisoners, and potentially shifting the course of the conflict. International pressure is high, with the US and other world powers urging a breakthrough, emphasizing the urgent need for a humanitarian solution. Prime Minister Netanyahu expresses cautious optimism, but families remain wary after past disappointments and broken promises, their hope mixed with anxiety. The outcome of these negotiations could shape not just the hostages' fate, but the future of the conflict itself, influencing generations to come. The world watches, holding its breath, hoping for a resolution that brings relief to families and a step toward lasting peace in the region. The conflict's toll on Gaza has been catastrophic. Over 67,000 Palestinians have been killed, and 170,000 wounded, according to Gaza's health ministry. Displacement is widespread. Homes, hospitals, and infrastructure lie in ruins. Famine looms, with aid agencies blaming the blockade for dire shortages of food and medicine. Israel insists it allows aid, but strikes and restrictions persist. Daily life in Gaza is defined by fear, loss, and survival. Accusations of genocide and war crimes have sparked global debate, with Israel denying wrongdoing. The humanitarian crisis is severe, and the world's attention is fixed on the suffering. The need for a ceasefire and massive aid is urgent. 2 years on, sorrow and hope coexist in Israel and Gaza. Israelis mourn their dead and pray for the hostages' return. Palestinians endure devastation and yearn for safety. Memorials and rallies are both remembrance and a plea for change. Peace talks in Egypt carry the hopes of millions on both sides. A deal could bring hostages home and relief to Gaza, but deep mistrust remains. The path to lasting peace is uncertain and fraught with challenges. This anniversary is a stark reminder of loss, and a call to choose reconciliation over more violence. The future hangs in the balance, shaped by the memory of October 7th and the choices made today.